Monaco nil, Tottenham nil. This is my post-match reaction after the absolute shambolic performance that we saw. And I'm sorry to say it, but today it was a little bit embarrassing from us. I'm someone that looks really forward to see UCL matches. I was like someone that couldn't wait to see his team back into the Champions League. But if this is the level, we we can't compete with the best, that's for sure. We can't compete for the best, but let's start trying to break down what we saw today. So in the end, the game ended a 0-0, a draw, a point away from home in the Champions League. You can say is nice, and I feel like that's more or less the only positive that you can take from today's game, that we got a point and we are in more or less a good position to try to advance to the next stage. But other than that, I can count on my hand the other few positives that were there. Maybe the only other clear positive that we had today was Guglielmo Vicario back to his best, one of the best performance from a keeper that I've seen in a long time. It was a 10 out of 10, we can say clearly a 10 out of 10 performance from Guglielmo. Other than that, the team was everyone was disappointing. So maybe yes, Van de Ven Danso did their job, Palinha did his job defensively. Odobert was quite positive, and I liked Odobert. I like Odobert as a player. In the first half, second half goes a little bit quiet. Kudus tried to do his things, but he was not really clicking today. So these are the only few positives. The rest, absolutely atrocious. No, another positive for me was obviously in the end of the game. Now that I think about it, Randall Colomwani was a very positive player. When he got into the pitch, his touches were sharp. He was looking much better than the game against Aston Villa. And the other positive, in my opinion, is Archie Gray. That when he played in midfield, I really liked how he played, his qualities, his ball carrying ability, his smart, and I always thought that if we had one solution to our midfield problem, could have been Gray, because he's a profile that we don't have. He's a very smart player, he's a very calm player under pressure. So I would love to see both Colomwani and Gray starting at the weekend against Everton. But other than that, I repeat, from now on, we're just talking about negatives, because today was embarrassing. I was a little bit embarrassed at some point. I could have feel that if we considered one goal, this game could have been 4-0, 5-0 for Monaco. We were so fragile in every situation. Defensively, incredibly awful, and that's something that unfortunately today I'm not usually someone that goes on the manager, but when you prepare a very good defensive phase, as you showed every time. Today, clearly, things didn't go as planned for Thomas Frank. In the end, the result might be positive for him, but the plays and tactically, we were a little bit outplayed. They were finding a lot of space in the middle. They were a little bit too easy to cut us through. They were finding a lot of time the superiority also wide, giving the overlap, and we struggled to get that kind of overlap. And they put a lot of balls in the middle. They were very wasteful. Vicario was insane, and that is a little bit of a mix of luck that got us out without conceding a goal, but it was nothing about the solid defensive shape of the team or the solid defensive performance of the team. Defensively today, we were awful. The worst that I've seen this season, maybe worse even than Bournemouth. They were all over us in that sense. So I'm saying that tactically we could have done better. Surely Frank didn't got the things right today. In terms of midfield, maybe he could have gone with a little bit of a different midfield, playing Gray from the start there. But as I say always, the problem with us is that you can give to manager all the blame that you want, but in the end we don't have a clear solution to the problems, because even if you play Sar, the technical level doesn't improve. Berval today was absolutely a mess. he couldn't control one time the ball properly. He was way too agitated on the ball, a little bit too casual at certain times. He was leaving the ball open. He was losing the ball two times in very tough position where we could have conceded after. So today was a little bit a day to forget for Berbal, but Berbal is not that kind of player that you can trust to get deep, get involved in the play, and help us in that situation. So today I feel like he was an absolute mess in midfield. He was also an absolute mess up front because the Odober and Kudus created a little bit, but Richarlison was absolutely quiet. The few times that Richarlison got the ball, as always, his touches were not the best. He was a little bit too heavy with his touches. He was not offering enough fight up front to get the team out of a defensive shape. So we were like locked in a very low block for a long time because in midfield no one could control the game. Up front, Richarlison was not giving us enough options, and the pressing in general was not working at all. Every time that we tried to press, they were cutting us through in the middle and they were creating chances. So in the end, we built a lot of pressure on our defensive phase, and we were basically for a long time in a low block. So and a low block that was not even that solid, because even in that low block Monaco found spaces to try to attack us. So it was an absolute mess on all front. Really disappointed in the team, really disappointed in the individual players. I repeat, today Bentancur and Palinha did well. No, Palinha did well defensively, but Bentancur and Palinha today didn't offer much quality going forward with the passes. We don't have someone that is comfortable passing the ball one touch, improving the tempo of the game. Every time that the ball goes in the middle, we lose one or two times the tempo. It's everything so slow. So in the middle, it's really looking like we lack a quality of a passer, because everyone is a little bit of a ball carrier. Bentancur is a ball carrier, Berbal is a ball carrier. So when you play a mix of Bentancur, Palinha, Berbal, no one can spread out passes, no one can get you out of a very tough situation. So that's what happened today. We were building pressure on pressure, and in the end we almost crumbled. I feel like, as I said, Pedro Porro today was horrible, and I'm a huge fan of Pedro Porro. I feel like he's one of the best in Europe in terms of technical abilities, but today the technical level of Pedro Porro was so low. I've never seen Pedro Porro making so many mistakes on the ball. He was casual with the ball. He was making misplacing passes. He was losing the ball way too much. The crosses, I feel like he had something like 5 or 6 crosses. Not one was very dangerous as he can put those. So even our best technical players played bad today, and in general I feel like today again we saw the lack of technical quality in the pitch. If Romero is not there, if Madison is not there, if Kulusevski is not there, like the midfield doesn't have quality. The two center backs doesn't have incredible qualities with the ball. On the left we played with Gray, that I feel like he played much better when he come inside. As a left back he was a little bit off, out of position, we can say. In my opinion, he's not a left back. He shouldn't play. He shouldn't play there, and he was a little bit under pressure. But when he moved in midfield, he showed a little bit more quality. So today, even with Gray at left back, our back four was not able to build. Our midfield was not able to build, and our attack tried to do something, but in the end, not enough quality in the striker position, because we had a very good chance in the first half with Richarlison, with a good pass of Odober, but Richarlison took literally 4 years to shoot. So even that situation didn't end up in a goal. So I don't know what to say. It's a clear lack of quality, uninspiring team, like very boring today. Like I don't see how we can immediately improve it, even because, and I'm sorry to say it, but Xavi Simons is really not working lately. He's really not working lately. Today he had, when he came on, a good chance on a 4 against 3 on the counter, and he was not able to get a good pass to finish the move, and he was going back again, and I didn't understand that. Another chance where he was on the edge of the box, he passed the ball wide again to Pedro Porro. Like we lack technical quality, and we need Xavi Simons as our number 10 to improve our level and to take those decisions and to take those risks. We can't allow Xavi Simons to not do those kind of things. Like he needs a little bit to unlock himself. And I don't want to be harsh on him, but we really need him. We really need him. And today was another performance where he didn't add a lot to us, and we really need that kind of profile. So I was happy with Colomwani. Of course, when he came on, I feel like he had a very, 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 very good impact. He's a quality player. In my opinion, he's the best striker that we have available. And if he gets back to his level, he can improve us a lot. So, in the end, what can you say? Is worrying, yes, a little bit, because we have Everton coming on. We have a very tough schedule. Madison will not be back. Kulusevski will not be back. So more or less, this will be the team that we will work with. So I feel like Frank needs to find a little bit a solution to the problem of chance creation that we're having in this moment. That is clear as day. Unfortunately, just putting Xavi there not really look like he's going to solve things. So maybe we need to be shaped a little bit different in midfield. I don't know what Frank will do, but I feel like something have to change. Something have to change. I repeat, I hope that Archie Gray will play midfield with Palinha and with the number 10, with Colomwani up front. Maybe in that sense, we can create a little bit more of a technical foundation in the middle that will help us getting through tough games. But today was absolutely awful, and it's just we take a point and we run because we stole the point here. We didn't deserve absolutely nothing, but maybe in the future this point will come very helpful. But in order to do that, we surely need to improve. But thank you so much, guys, and see you the next time. Have a good day.